Presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
What's up, everybody? It's the 76th episode of the NFC East show. It's been forever. Baseball is finally over. And it's I apologize. We haven't been able to really do these shows because, unfortunately, playoffs regular season. And that's what I go off of. It's just that's real. So, but now playoffs are over. We
there you go.
Almost did it, but didn't happen. What's up, guys? How are you guys?
Hey,
doing another good, week, getting closer to game day, buddy.
Right about that.
That's right. So,
after a bye week, it's been hard.
Didn't have anything to do this weekend. Had that honey-do list.
I had a little bit of that, but mostly just hung out. Got some rest.
Yeah, I wish I had a chance to do some rest. That didn't happen.
I believe it.
It's been, and I'll say that I missed my very first Eagles game in 3 years.
Yeah, that's
yeah, but you're at the World Series, man. It's and
I know that gives me a proper excuse, but it's still odd that it's like, because I would have gone to both had we not had the rain out.
Yeah.
We had that one rain day, and they pushed it back a day, and it forced me to miss the game, or else I'd have been at both games. And who knows what could have happened? It's could have maybe pulled it off. It is what it is, exactly. But it was a lot of fun. It was a fantastic ride. And I was happy to be a part of it, and literally just representing my team everywhere was awesome, But now we're back to football, and there's only one undefeated team in the league, and
and we've got a big matchup on Monday night too.
Yes, we do. It would have been a lot more press, I can imagine, if your starting quarterback was your starting quarterback. But, I mean, now it might be your starting quarterback is your starting quarterback as it is.
Yeah, I think Heineke has been doing pretty well, seeing, except for that one interception he threw, which led to the loss. But, I mean, I think Washington has a solid defense.
No, there's no question about that. Our defense is pretty solid. I'm not sure. I haven't heard if Chase is going to be back this week, or if he is going to be back, it's going to be on a limited snap count. I guess they're just waiting to see what his conditioning is like. But no, our defense is playing well. Defensive line is playing well. I mean, they were getting to Kirk Cousins this past week, and they were hitting him quite often. So we just came up short, man. It seems like that's story of our season. I was telling Philly prior to the show starting, we should be 6-3 right now. We should have never lost to the Titans, and we should have never lost this past week. The one play that really stands out the most that really bothers me too is the pick six by Benjamin St. Juste that got reversed because of a pass interference call. And I still need to go back and look at it, but I know from the replay that they showed on the Jumbotron, there was a lot of hand, grabbing between him and Jefferson. So I don't know. And then when the ball was thrown, St. Juste jumped it and snagged it.
Yeah.
I think that PI could have probably been called either way. Unfortunately, it just didn't get called our way. So
yeah, that's the fun part of watching the red zone when you ever have a chance is you get everything coming across the screen at once from all the noon games you have 8 to choose from. So seeing that play that went on, I was just surprised. I was like, wow, they're going to call that penalty. I mean, yeah. I couldn't see anything the matter with it when it was on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah, it's a tough break, but you know what? It as old coach Jimmy Johnson says, it doesn't come down to one play; it's the overall aspect of the game. So
yeah, you're right about that. I'm not sold on Scott Turner. I really think his play calling ability is not that great. He threw the ball on a 3rd and 1 that just give it to Brian Robinson, let him run it up the middle.
Well, maybe y'all need to shake things up like Indy.
We need to do something because it's getting bad. Because if we've got too much talent. I'm not saying we're going to be a Eagles or Cowboys. I just think that we have too much talent to where we're just not utilizing it. We're wasting it, and it sucks. Because
so what's the
these
story?
Guys they're gonna leave.
What's the story with Chase? I mean, I saw him on the sideline. He's still
not so. I mean, yeah. So he was activated off the PUP 2 weeks ago. So they had that 21-day period to where they can activate him or put him back on IR for season ending. I mean, he's looking good. They're just wanting to get his conditioning up. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be on a snap count this week. I haven't heard if that's the case or not, but that's what Ron said last week going into the game was, probably rest him this week, let him get one more week of conditioning. And then, with it being a Monday night game, you'll get an extra day of practice. So that's what we're looking at. So hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully Jahan Dotson will be back. He's missed 5 games now. So with a hamstring injury. So hopefully he'll be back on offense because we could definitely use another deep threat.
Gotcha.
So is Ron Rivera on the hot seat?
I mean, I think he has to be. I love the guy to death. I think he's a great man. But as far as, and I knew it was going to be a tall task to come in here and shake some things up and try to get the change the culture like he's doing. But I mean, I feel like we're in a standstill.
Is that how much of that do you feel like has to do with the outside dramas?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's all hopefully this drama's coming to an end very soon.
Well, it looks like they're going to have to sell.
Yeah. I mean, they've already reached out to Bank of America. So, and I think it was Roger said that if he's going to sell, he wants the deal done before the league meeting in March. I know there's going to be some news coming out tomorrow. So we'll see.
So what happens if the team is sold and they change the name again?
We'll see. A lot of people have been talking about that, but I don't know. I mean, who knows?
I mean,
So
you're
first off, I think it would probably be the best thing in the world. Get rid of every bit of it. Then just
yeah.
wipe it clean.
I mean,
And then
yeah, and that's what a lot of people are saying. Like, I mean,
I've heard
it could be
rumors.
what's
I've heard
that?
a rumor. Elon Musk.
I mean,
I've heard a
he's got the
rumor.
money.
well, what I'm seeing and reading is the old Jay-Z and Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. Is
Maybe
Jeff
that's why I've
Bezos.
heard Elon Musk, because that would be the next name that would come on
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
these two are going to compete for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z reportedly met. I think it was Saturday night for dinner or whatever, and they had like a 2-3 hour dinner. And then Matthew McConaughey is supposedly joining in with them. I mean, he's a Redskin fan, so
Yeah, he's Texas and a Washington fan.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Who knows? Dale Jr. might throw his name in the hat. I heard Kevin Durant. I mean, there's so many people, but I mean, as far as the
Kevin Durant owns part of the union, the Philadelphia Soccer
does
team.
he? Okay.
Yes, he does. He's a minority owner in that.
Yeah.
So
we'll
I mean, I don't know. But I would absolutely, if you sell the team, I'd get rid of the name, and I would change it all up again, and I would even consider our history of it. Like just like now, that would be, because if you change the name again, that's where the Hogs really come in jeopardy.
Yeah.
And I think and I'm somebody who's really big on history.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like now there's been so much. There's been so much.
Yeah, I mean, the guy could come in and I mean, strip our colors, everything. I mean, they can't.
Well, I think the NFL will still have some say so about that, but I'm pretty sure that the name would probably change to a fourth time within 4 years.
Crazy.
It would have to.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyways,
I don't think it would have to. I think that again, somebody would want to put their own stamp on things. And like I said, that's where I would come up with the wild boar. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you wanted to try to keep it to Hogs, you call yourselves the wild boar. Again, I'm big on names without the S at the end. So if you called yourself the wild boar, I think that would be kind of cool. But again, I'm not. I don't have that type of money. I didn't hit.
I'm hoping RG3 picks me as one of the 10 fans that he's bringing on as minority owner.
There you go.
Do you have that type of money?
No, he's bringing us on. I don't have that money.
Oh, he's just bringing you on. You don't got to pay nothing. You're just gonna.
Yeah, he said that if he becomes a minority owner, he's bringing 10 fans with him. So I'm just hoping I'm one of the 10.
There you go. Do you know him like that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've talked on social media every once in a while, but it's not like that. I've met him a couple times, but. Yeah, so.
But I mean, so
phone numbers or anything like that. So,
speaking in a realistic sense, though, the NFC East is the best division in football.
Yes, it is.
That there's one team that's undefeated. There's one team with one loss, but we beat them. So we gave them that one loss, and the other team, the other division, the closest division to us is also in the East, in the AFC. We have 24 wins. They have 23 wins. So it's and I don't think we lose again this week. Sorry, there.
Hey, I mean, who am I to say that you're probably not wrong? I mean, I'm hoping it's going to be the was it the 2020 season? I think it was when we had another Pennsylvania team come. Well, we actually went there on a Monday night game and beat them. So I'm hoping that repeats, but I don't know. We'll see.
Was it Monday night or Sunday night when we brought in our backup quarterback, and all of a sudden who threw an interception and fumbled the ball and give a game away that you guys could barely win without us giving it away?
That was the year that we won the East. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where we gave it to you guys instead of giving it to New York.
Yep.
Oh,
And then
the league should look at that. Blah blah.
the
Stop
coach
crying.
got fired, and
Yeah. Well, that was because he was too busy worrying about what happened with other teams and not his team.
yeah.
We're sneaky when we need him. So, but so and after the bye week, is everybody healthy again? They're true.
Yeah, we've got it. I mean, it was very essential for this bye week for Micah Parsons. He was needing to help rehab that groin. That I don't see too many injuries on the report. I think Ezekiel Elliott is probably going to play with that hyperextension that he had suffered a couple weeks ago. But I mean, other than that, the other Smith is
Do you
out
need him
till.
to?
That's what I was going to say. I mean, the way that Pollard played the game before your bye week, I mean,
Yeah.
why not give him another week?
Well, that's. I mean, I would definitely save him, but this is a somewhere he's going to want to play, especially in that type of environment. So, I mean,
The
it's going to
hindsight
be
being 2020. The hindsight. In hindsight.
Oh yeah.
Going back to my question from now, knowing what you know now, would you have taken the 3rd round pick?
No, I still wouldn't have.
Still. Okay.
No, I think he's going to be very essential coming up towards the end of the year, especially with the running game. We're going to have to control the ball, control the clock. Winter's coming around, so it's going to be a lot cooler outside.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to hold you to those
21
words.
degrees. 21 degrees is forecasted for Green Bay, I believe.
Man.
Is that where you're going? Is that where you're headed?
Yeah.
Fun. Fun. Are you going there? You going to the game?
Yeah.
Wear some extra clothes.
Oh, I'm going to try.
Definitely. You should get a little spritz bottle for your beard so that it freezes on the beard. Just a little spray bottle, like, and then it freezes on there. And it'll start forming.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think 21 might be the low. I think 30 is the high expected, and it's a 325 game. So it's gonna be quite cool out there.
Yeah, it's so funny because when I went to Green Bay back in 2019, it was December, and we were thinking we were going to get, a below zero game, and it was 39 degrees. It was beautiful. Saying 39 degrees is beautiful, but there it's pretty nice. But then the next day it was like in the teens, so we lucked out. So
the transportation into that area is quite unique on its own because of the logistics of the location.
Yeah.
So you can fly into Green Bay, you can fly into
Milwaukee.
Appleton, but the cost is what gets you.
Oh yeah, it is not.
It's like
cheap.
flying
Green
into
Bay.
Canton.
Yeah. Green Bay is that was pretty expensive.
Yeah, well, I don't fly. I flew into Milwaukee and then drove up. That just seems to be the better way because they gouge you in everything that they possibly can in Green Bay when you go up there. Yeah. And thank God we actually play them at home, so we don't have to deal with that cold weather there. We could deal with the cold weather right here. But speaking of that, you guys are a 5-point favorite against Green Bay. That this is the year that Green Bay stinks.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I've been seeing that, and I've been seeing I was looking at the game last week. The Lions and Packers, and looking at some of the film, I don't know the decision thinking that Aaron Rodgers is having, but I think it's self-purpose. If you understand, where I'm going with this, and you look at the film and then you say, well, this guy is wide open right in front of him, but yet he threw it out of bounds. I mean, there's something going on there.
Yeah, when we played them 2 weeks ago, I saw that firsthand. I mean, there was wide open receivers, and Chris and I were just going back and forth. We're like, oh my God, thank goodness he missed that guy because wide open. And I'm like, oh, that could have been easily 6 points right there.
Yeah, and the more I was watching
the game, is he afraid the guys can't catch it?
I think it's a
both.
I think it's I think it's a little bit of both. I think I think it's how upset he is with the organization that they didn't do anything to help him out, and he's not purposely doing what he thinks he's doing, but he's doing it enough to harm them. Or
Oh, I guarantee Sneaky would say he's doing it on purpose. He's
of
not
course, but it's one of those things where the film says everything for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I agree.
mean, whether you want to admit it or not, I mean, the film speaks for itself, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Well, I mean, I listen. I watched a video, and they were talking about how he's practicing right now, and he's off in the corner making like just going like this. He's like literally, he's like playing with his, what would be where his nipples are, and I'm like, this is what's happening at practice. This is what's going on in practice. No wonder they're not winning games. So
it's it's something quite entertaining to see. And you got to remember that what is he, 38, 39?
He's 38.
Yeah, so I mean, it's got to be
He's
hard on
nearly
him
young.
as well to be going through
Yeah.
everything that he signed up for and not getting everything that he's needed.
yeah, well, I mean, but that's his own fault. I
Yeah.
want to make $100 million a year. I want to take up 50% of the cap, and you guys got to give me. Me everything else needed. I mean, he's literally
Exactly.
25% of their cap. So
Exactly,
and then
with the wide receivers, of course, the big news this week is the OBJ situation in Dallas and Green Bay and every other decision that everybody wants to entertain. And I think when the free agency or the deadline hit, I think it really. I don't even know what the word is, but it was not pleasing to him, where he was just like, these guys didn't do anything to help this organization out.
Yeah.
And look at
they're in cap hell, aren't they? Aren't they in cap hell?
Well, I believe so, but it doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean that he doesn't feel like they didn't do anything. I mean, if they didn't have the conversation, it doesn't seem like they're even chatting with each other.
No.
He shouldn't have signed the contract then. He shouldn't have signed the contract.
Yeah, you're right about that.
He could have gone, and he chose Green Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Stop being a whiner. You know what I mean? That's what I got to say about that.
Well, look at the guy in Raider Nation right now who's thinking, why did I sign with these guys? I could have just been sitting there happy and winning games, but
in Green Bay, yeah.
Oh well.
Hey, smart decisions by everybody around.
Yeah.
You know what? But that's part. You know what? This is the first year that I have felt that free agency has hurt the whole product. This is a lot to do with free agency, a lot to do with the changing of the coaches, that they all want results and they're not able to do it, and it's and now you have anomalies that are happening. You have more teams that are, I mean, let's say, I did a count. I think what's there, like 9 teams that have over 6 wins.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 teams that have 6 wins at least.
Yep.
And that's,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And think about it. It's so bad. It's so bad that a team that should stink out loud, Seattle.
Yeah, it's doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give them props. But again, you look at you going into further that, look at the Rams. Look at their situation that they're in. And Tampa Bay and all these other teams that were so good last year, they're just it is
LA
part of the product that you just signed and went all in last year. Now look at you now.
Yep.
But the Rams have nothing, they have no shame. They won that Super Bowl last year, but
Yeah, Tampa won it 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
they can't. It's like that whole division. I mean, is all under 500, which is what happens when you have so many divisions that are above 500. I mean, you have everybody in the AFC East above 500. If Washington knew how to finish some games, they would probably be above 500.
Yeah, should
Um,
be 6-3.
and then you have Tampa and Atlanta tied for the division lead. And then
Yep.
you have the Saints that are only a game back, and yet they hold well, they don't hold it because we hold it, the 5th in the NFL draft.
Yeah. So it is. Yeah, it's a product of what they've done in the past that you can see the results now, and that's why I'm happy with the Cowboys not going. It still gets me the whole Amari Cooper trade for the first round and that stuff, but I'm glad we learned off of that and we didn't make any crazy decisions during this past trade deadline.
There we go. I don't know who Matthew Berry is. I'm sure he's an NFL guy or a Washington Commanders guy.
Yeah, he's a Washington Commander fan, but yeah, he's an ESPN guy.
Okay, yeah. Well, doesn't matter. Yeah, you guys are going to lose anyways, and it doesn't matter what news comes out of there. And in fact, I hear that the Eagles are going to be bringing down their benches again you were at home, so we're already going to have our
at home. You're going to have your benches there already, Philly. Jesus.
I forgot that we were at you. We played you guys in early in the season.
Week 3, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We got you guys week 18. Still no time decided.
It'll be on a Sunday at 1.
Yeah, you're looking at
unless we magically come up.
Well, it's not going. Come on, let's face it. It's not going to have anything to do with Washington. It's going to have more to do with Dallas.
Yeah, but if we're not playing well, they're not going to put that on a primetime game.
It's going to matter if Dallas is going to need to get the win for a playoff spot.
Yep.
In a divisional game.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's for real. I mean, now you guys are 2 games all behind. Well, I mean, not you, Pork Rind. You're just way out. But,
5. Okay.
Them and the Giants are. Don't sell yourself too short. It's only 4.5. But
that's right.
I mean, literally, it's there has to be a big
3.5 after this week.
Oh, you think so?
No.
You putting any money on that?
I am not putting any money on that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would definitely take all that bet, everything of that bet. But who do you guys play this week? You guys play Green Bay, and then the Giants play Houston.
Houston, yeah.
And I tell you, I think that the Giants lose that game too.
Is it in Houston?
It's in New York.
New York.
And it's I think about that, and I'm like, it's a shame Sneaky's not here, because I would let him gloat for a minute the fact that he's 6-2, and that it's going to be very soon 6-3, because I think that they're going to lose to Houston. I think that Houston played a pretty good game on Thursday, and it's almost like they had a bye week as well, because they have 10 days off rather than 14 days off. So, and I think when you have 14 days off and you were over in Europe, it still takes some time to catch back up to you, and it's not the same. So,
yeah,
we'll see how that all works out. But in that game, the Giants are only a 4.5-point favorite.
Wow.
And that's at home. That is a line that's telling me Texans all the way. And here's the other reason why. I say that is that winning is contagious. And everybody has been very excited about the fact that the Astros won the World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that energy is going to transmit to the Texans, who actually played a pretty good game against the Eagles. They just blew it in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
So, and I think that is part of what's been going on with the Eagles in the first place. It's a matter of staying focused and staying resilient throughout all of these games. You know what I mean? It's like that's really the big deal, and that's been the difference between the Eagles and most of the other teams in the NFL. These I think the NFL stinks this year. In general, the product is bad, and
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there. It's I mean, there's some. I mean, I just don't know what's going on with some of these people and some of these teams. It's just horrible to see wide receivers dropping the ball every two or three times, wide open. And it's not just the receivers; it's the running backs fumbling. It's guys just not blocking. I don't know what it is. It's just a crazy year this year.
I agree. I agree. And not only is it crazy though, but it's like I said, the product is bad. The product is bad, and we've already got so Matt Ryan gets benched, for the rest of the season, not to play again. That
Well,
he got
Did they say he's hurt though, right?
no,
He's
no.
not.
It's a money thing.
Ah,
It's a money thing.
well,
So,
okay. Well, then I thought that was just due to the previous head coach.
no, so it's a money thing, and ultimately that's why he's going to be the third quarterback, and they would go to Nick Foles as the number two.
Oh, that
Um,
makes sense.
because of money. It's a money thing. If he
yeah,
plays a certain amount of
certain
snaps,
amount he's
he gets
due.
he gets
Right.
due a certain amount of money, and they don't want to. That you talk about a mess. Ursay is destroying that franchise as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I got
Well,
to
we got
imagine. I got to imagine they're pretty close to having another, you know, um, Mayflower truck show up in the middle of the night
head
and
out of
head out
Dodge.
and head over to like Utah, Salt Lake City.
Oh my goodness. Well, I do know that the AFC South is Tennessee right now has it, doesn't it? Or isn't Tennessee in the lead for the AFC South?
Uh,
Even after the loss with Kansas
Yes, they
City.
were 6-2. I think they were 6-3.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think
think
they're
so.
six
I
and
think
three.
they
They
are
are
leading it.
they are 6-3. Oh, 5-3, and the closest one to them is the Colts at 3-5-1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they've
Yeah. So
already,
even
yeah, Tennessee's already won that division, and their net points is -9.
wow.
So they've won 5 games, lost 3, and they've been outscored by 9 points.
Well, the thing man, I don't know what to say. If AFC South, I mean AFC South and NFC South are basically in the same boat right now. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they're basically in the same boat. And you look at the age of the quarterbacks, Matt Ryan, I don't need Tom Brady is just,
Tom Brady.
the Tannehill's out. You've got the kid back there.
Yeah,
I think everybody's seeing now is the age of the quarterbacks and how they're trying to bring these younger guys in it. And I mean, I think one of the highlights of the NFL Total Access was showing the other day was the 5 rookies that were chosen 2 years ago. Zach Wilson and the kid from the Jaguars. They're showing all those.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
Right.
Trevor Lawrence are showing all those records, and I mean they're not any better, but the age is catching up to most of these teams with their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And it's starting to show.
yep. I mean, Christ, look at the Jets right now.
Exactly.
Realistically, if Buffalo didn't have the bye week, it's possible that they could, they're really a half a game back from Buffalo. And isn't it interesting how it's like each the East on both sides is the
Yeah.
exact thing. The West they are congruent with each other. The AFC North and South, same thing with each one of them. They are the exact same division, just about. They have similar records across the board. You know, Everybody said
and you
that
got
the AFC West was going to be the teams to
yep.
beat.
Yeah,
And didn't I
don't
say?
look that
What did
way.
I say? What
You
did I
said the
say?
East.
I
You said
said
the
I
East.
said that the West stinks.
Yeah.
All of the West stinks. And and they're proving me right because Seattle's got the number 1 seed right now out there
Yep.
in the West. So all they're doing is proving me right.
Yeah, I think San Fran might they might catch hot though. They might get
Well,
hot with
they got 2 games to catch up on.
yeah, they do. Yeah, and then if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy, that's the key right there. So, but
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
see.
they might be the team that comes out of there.
Well, I think you got well, I don't even want to say anything about San Fran, but the Seahawks are showing what type of team they are with the cap space that they had, and it goes to show you that it was better coaching than you
Yep.
know. Pete Carroll's done a hell of a coaching job this year with what he has in front of him.
Yeah.
With the salary cap, with the players, with the free agency going on. I mean, he's living up to what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to work with what he's got, and he's doing it. And I think if they if Seattle beats San Francisco yet again, I think Seattle's going to win that division easily.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I mean, realistically, I didn't think he was that good of a coach, but right now, as it stands, he'd have to be in the top 5 coach of the year.
Coach of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, Sirianni would have to see because he's the only undefeated team. I would have to put the Giants in the mix.
Well,
then I would have to be Pete Carroll.
Buffalo.
I'd have to put him as number 3.
Yeah, I mean, I can
no on Buffalo.
No,
Absolutely not. I think that the fact that they've lost 2 games already.
Yeah,
with
with the
coaching.
personnel
And
that
that's
they have.
coaching.
Yeah, with the personnel that they have.
Yeah, absolutely not. So he might be number 5 and number 6 just because they have a good record.
Yeah.
You'd have to throw Andy Reid in the mix, just because he's had some turnover, and this is a fairly, there's a good amount of new players on this team to stay that high. But
what about the Jets?
he would also have to.
Well, I don't know if you heard the kid the other day,
because,
Zach
again,
Wilson. Is that his name, Zach Wilson from the Jets, the quarterback?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
I think he had one of the best quotes the other day was, "I don't pay attention to records, QB records, or stats, I should say. I don't pay attention to the stats." I think he's had 150 yards passing in the past 2 games.
Good for him.
Find a way to win.
You know what? I know what he's paying attention to. He's paying attention to his mom's friends.
That's what I was about to say.
Friends. That's what he's paying attention to.
Yeah.
That's what I keep hearing. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes some older women.
And good for him. God, you know what I mean? He likes his mom's friends. Mom's hooking him up with his girlfriends. Hey, good. God bless.
Hey, whatever.
So,
I'm sure she's not too happy about it.
But
hey, maybe she's sleeping with some of his friends.
You never know.
I'm gonna say the Jets. The Jets are probably you've got the Bills and then you've got the Jets, or actually the Bills are in the north, aren't they?
The Bills are in the East.
No.
Oh, they are in the East.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's going to be
the
a tight.
Bills,
It's going to be
Dolphins. I mean,
it's going to be fun to
they're
the
all
Jets go to
6-2,
Buffalo.
6-3,
yeah.
and then the Patriots at 5-4.
Patriots are 5-4. Yep.
Yeah. So when the Jets go to Buffalo, that's going to be a test right there. That's going to be a fun game to see.
Yeah.
Hopefully the weather will be.
So they just won in New York.
Yes.
Yeah, they play December
this game was in
10th
New
or
York.
11th. Yeah. Yeah. They go to Buffalo.
That'll be a
in
little
December.
chilly there.
Yeah,
That'll be a little chilly, I'm sure. That's what happens.
Yeah, hopefully, hopefully there'll never ever be a game like there was last year with that wind and that storm that was rolling through there, because that was just one of the most ridiculous games I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, with
yeah, it was the
the three
Patriots and
passes,
Bills.
the
Yeah.
three passes.
Yeah.
That was a night game too, though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was a Monday night game.
yeah.
So imagine it's just, and I think they actually voted for a stadium to have a roof up there.
Good
Yeah,
for
but they're
them.
not doing that. But they're not going to though.
I don't know.
It would
Yeah,
have
no,
to be retractable.
No, they've already shown the renderings of their new stadium, and there's no roof.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Good for them. Good for
whatever.
them. Hey, listen, that's somebody thinking up there. You know, I that whole town. I mean, I loved going to Buffalo. It was a lot of fun. That whole town is stuck in 1978. So I'm not lying about that. I mean, it looks like
every
yeah.
diner you walk into is Bruce Springsteen.
Yep. Yep.
So let's talk about the games next week. I thought Sneaky would come. I know it's Mama Boss's birthday. So happy birthday to Mama Boss. You know, since we'll give her a shout out. But I thought he'd be here and enough time to talk about his game. He ain't, so we ain't gonna spend much time on it. But the Giants versus the Texans, 40.5, and the Giants only a 4.5-point favorite.
After you said what you said earlier about that, you see the line because, I mean, yeah, Houston. I'm gonna have to give it. I'm gonna have to give it to the Giants. Though I think they're playing at home. They've got the hometown crowd that they're going to be. But like you said too, man, Houston's got that winning attitude right now that they're going to want to go up there, especially after that loss to the Eagles.
Yeah,
and try and prove to themselves. I mean, like. I'm still going to have to give it to the Eagles by 3.
The Giants.
I think it will be under though. I think it will be under the 40.5.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a low scoring 17-14 Giants. I don't think Houston's going to pull it off. I think Barkley's going to have a pretty decent game against that defense. I don't see them. I don't see them going in there and winning.
I don't know. I got it the other way. I got it. I got Houston winning this game, and I think that the Giants got exposed a little bit. The line is telling me. The line is absolutely telling me the Giants should be a touchdown favorite in this game, and they're not. That tells me that the Texans are favored by Houston here, by Vegas a little bit, and I think that is going to be an upset. You're going to see the Texans win this game, and like it's going to be a ridiculous score of like 15-12, and by like
all field goals,
9 field goals, right?
Man.
You know,
well,
that the touchdowns get scored or anything like that, or if the touchdowns get scored, the extra points get missed. Weirdo stuff like that.
Yeah, I could see that happening too up there.
Yeah, like a 15-13 game. That actually makes more sense. Like a 15-13 game, and the Giants could actually win it with the last second field goal that he botches.
Rubbing salt in the wound.
Hey, I just think that's just my thought. So
hey, I hope you're right. I hope everybody in the East loses except for us.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I know.
All right, then you have the Cowboys go into Lambeau Field, where let's see if they have a projected temperature. They do not have the projected temperature of what it's going to be.
I thought True said it was going to be 21 or.
I think 21 is going to be the low in the morning. I think 30, 32, 34 is going to be the high. Yeah, so it's going to be. I'm definitely going to take the Cowboys on this one. I think Aaron Rodgers isn't playing up to his potential, but also I don't think that defense is living up to what they should be as well. So The Cowboys are going to go in there. We're going to run the ball. We're going to get a couple of passing touchdowns, but the Cowboys probably take it 31-18. It's going to be an odd scoring because of those 2-point conversions that they're going to be going to as much as they like going to those 2-pointers.
That's over under is 43. So
yeah, it's going to be over for.
I think Cowboys are going to win 27-6. I think Aaron Rodgers will not make it out of the game. I think the defense is going to be all over him. I think Pollard and Zeke are going to have a monster game. They'll probably rush for a combined 250 yards. I think that defense is going to be too much for Aaron Rodgers, and I don't see him making out of the game.
And you spoke slightly too, Philly, of them benching Matt Ryan and putting him out for the year. They're already talking about that with Aaron Rodgers as well. Putting that Love kid in there and
see what they got with him.
See what they got with them. So not only that, it puts a security blanket on Aaron Rodgers as well. So that's something to be seen as well. Let's see if that decision is made.
It also makes it so that Aaron Rodgers becomes trade bait in the offseason. That's what that would do.
Who would trade for him at 39 years old, man?
At 39 years old and 2 more years of like $100 million.
We would. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or Indianapolis.
Yeah.
The Colts would.
I think
or Denver. Denver. They'll have him and
can't.
Russ in there.
Denver can't.
I know.
I think Indianapolis's days of picking up these guys, how they've been, is over. I think that's. If Irsay's the one making the
try
call,
to go to the well one more time.
They're gonna try to tank for the next 3 or 4 years, and then another Manning will be in the draft.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that works. So that being said, I think I agree with you. I think that the Packers lose this game, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as high scoring as you guys are making it out to be. I think it's going to be like. Again, I think it's going to be like a 24-6 game or a 24-9, game. Like it's not.
I said 27-6.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. I heard 31-18, and that's like I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. That's way off. I think that Dallas can't score points unless the defense is going to score points, and the defense is all Micah Parsons right now. I know that there's some more that have some more pieces that you guys have, but if it's not Micah Parsons, it's not, not as good. So, but I think that Dallas has enough to win this game, and it really puts the nail in the coffin for the Packers. The Packers will not be in the playoffs at all at 3-7. So,
yeah, now with Minnesota playing the way they are.
Well, I mean, it's not going to matter on that.
They are overrated.
Well, they've also had a fairly simple schedule too. I mean, everybody was saying, "Hey, the Eagles have a really easy schedule." Truth of the matter is that always make it so simple with everybody. I agree. I think that the Vikings aren't as good as their record indicates. However, you can only play who you're playing against, and they're winning those games. Except ours, of course, but they're winning those games, and I wouldn't be surprised to see an of the Vikings versus the Eagles. I wouldn't be surprised, just because of everybody else. Either that or an all NFC East championship game.
And if that happens, we can put some gold chains around you with no shirt on, dancing like Cody.
Yeah, there you go.
If Adam Schiff can do it, you can too.
What, gold chains and no shirt?
Yeah, the way he.
Oh yeah, on the plane rides back from away games, they all put gold chains on him, and he's dancing around. You should look it up. It's pretty.
It's pretty
comical.
funny.
And they put gold chains on Adam Schefter.
No, he was mimicking.
for the Monday night game. Yeah.
Oh, Adam Thielen.
No.
Kirk
Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins. They're playing with Kirk Cousins, and they throw him the gold chains, and he starts dancing without the shirt. And
Look it
Adam
up. It's
Schefter
pretty
was
comical.
making fun of him, and they put him out on the field this past Monday with some
With
gold
chains
chains
on.
and no shirt, dancing out there just like Kirk Cousins. It's just a little
Yeah.
parody that they're doing after celebration, after game celebration.
Yeah, look it up. It's pretty comical.
Got ya.
It is.
Got it. All right, I will look that up. I'll Google that later. So
Keith thought it was funny.
yes, message down there. So that all being said, that ends us with our game, which happens on Monday night. The Eagles versus the Commanders. The Eagles are 11-point favorites, and the over/under being 44.
Just 11?
That's it. Just 11.
Where's the game at?
Philly.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football.
I mean, let's be honest. When it was in DC, there was a lot of Philly there.
Well, how far of a drive is that?
2 hours, maybe?
2.5. Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah. It's not far.
Are you headed to that game, Philly? Or Pork Rind?
Heck no.
Not on a Monday?
Nah, I went there back in 2018 on a Monday night, and I mean, it didn't end well. Had Mark Sanchez in the game.
You guys had Mark Sanchez, or we had Mark Sanchez?
No, we had Mark Sanchez. It was the week after the Alex Smith injury, and Colt McCoy did the same thing, broke the same bone and everything against the Eagles in the first quarter. Was it first quarter or second quarter? I can't remember. But and then Mark Sanchez came in, and Adrian Peterson. They were on the 5 or 6 yard line. I was in the end zone, and I called it. I said, "AP is going to run this all the way." Sure enough, he does. We've got it
But
on
he
tape.
didn't score the touchdown, right?
No, he scored the touchdown. But he did not end up with over 100 yards, and that run was 95 yards or 96 yards, and did not.
It was 92-yard run. I thought it was a 92-yard run.
Was it?
So you guys were on the 8. Yeah, I think it was a 92-yard run.
Okay,
and he did not end with 100 yards.
Wow.
Yep. And I think Mark Sanchez had a butt fumble that game too.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So, but we're not talking about the butt fumbles. We're talking about this week.
Yes. I'll give you my take. I think it's going to be a little tighter. What's the weather looking like?
Cold.
Cold?
Like 38 degrees.
What about wind?
Normal.
Nothing said about that. Well,
I'll check, but I don't think anything crazy.
I don't know. I think the game's going to be a little closer. I think the upset last week with Minnesota winning when Washington was up, I think is going to put a little pep in the step of the Commanders, and I think they're going to be wanting to play a little bit, and I think the kid's going to be slinging the ball around a little bit. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to pick it off, because you definitely will if he gets himself into unique positions where you got him on 3rd and long. But I still got the Eagles winning this one. I'm 20. Let's see. I'm going to go against y'all's defense. I'd probably say 24-12. 3 field goals for you guys. 4 field goals for you guys.
I was going to say 4. Oh, man. You want to go Philly or you want me to go?
Why don't you go?
All
the
right.
real feel, it's going to be 35 degrees. Real feel, 28 degrees. The average wind is going to be 7 miles per hour.
Okay.
Not a lot.
Not that I think that matters, but I'm hoping for the Monday night miracle that we pulled off against Pittsburgh in 2020, but I don't see that happening. Man, I think our defense is playing good, and I really wish we had a quarterback because we have a lot of weapons on offense. Our offensive line's not blocking very well. I just don't think we're going to be able to keep up with the Philadelphia Eagles offense. I think it's going to be a 38-13. I just, yeah. I'm not too confident in our offense. You know,
I think your offense,
it's play calling, man. It's play calling.
First downs is going to be what says, the rest of the. If you guys can move the ball on first down and not get yourself in third and long situations, I think that's what's going to make the difference. But if you start going third and long after every drive, you're going to be going downhill.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not too confident in Scott Turner's play calling ability. So until we get a new offensive coordinator that can actually, have a better playbook than a middle school, high school team, I just don't see that happening. Or a middle school football. Yeah, I said middle school football team.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I think we crushes. I really do. I think that you guys
said
go
that
down.
too.
Yeah, I think that it's it almost comes to, are you guys going to be able to score any points? I don't ever predict shutouts, but I think it's going to be like a 38-3 game.
Oh, geez.
Like, I think you guys are just going to get crushed in every facet. And if you guys do score a touchdown, it'll be Terry McLaurin getting behind the defense. Like, that's the only way that you guys are going to be able to score. I don't think that you guys have the running game to be able to handle it. I don't think that you guys have the passing game to be able to handle it, except if Terry McLaurin can get behind our guys. And that's going to be hard to do this year because our guys are just, hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that late pickup, is got the most interceptions in the league this year.
And then it's Monday night.
Yeah. Talk about Bradbury.
Yeah. No, not Bradbury. Not Bradbury.
Who are you talking about? The guy from the Saints?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been crushing it. He's literally been crushing it. And like I said, he's got he's got like a hyphen name.
Gardner. DJ Gardner. Is that
Gardner?
it?
What's his list? What's the last part of his name? Gardner.
Yeah.
Chandling or whatever his name is, or something.
Minshew?
Yeah, he does have two. Didn't you guys get him for like a 5th round pick or something?
4th. Gardner Johnson. That's him.
Gardner Johnson. There you go.
So, I think you guys just get spanked. Spank. And then we're 9-0 for the first time in our franchise history.
Never know, though. Tomorrow might be the day where we have a new owner, or not a new owner, but
I don't think it's going to move that quick.
I'm not saying we're going to get a new owner, but the news might come out that it is. Yeah.
I say when you put out an exploratory committee, it's just to pipe people down. I think ultimately he might want to sell. But I think
I think this is what
I think he's going to play. He's going to play with the NFL here a little bit. I think he's going to try to do everything.
That's exactly my thinking.
So this all kind of stemmed from, and this is what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but at the Crucial Catch game during halftime, a lot of the fans, when they announced Tanya Snyder, they started booing. And they started saying, sell the team. And from what I heard, it really affected her. So I wouldn't be surprised if she went back to Dan and said, it's time to sell. Because she's getting thrown into this mix. I guarantee she doesn't want to be co-owner. She's having to do that because her husband can't be around the team right now.
Wow.
So
we shall see. But anyways.
Yep.
And that's the end of our hour. So
We'll
hey,
get
you
back
know what?
at it,
It's
folks.
exactly. I feel like we were a little rusty there for that hour. Because we
Yes.
haven't been doing this for a minute, but next week we'll be hitting on all cylinders again. So everybody, thank you very much for hanging with us. I really do appreciate it. And we will see you guys next week. Everybody enjoy their Thursday night football tomorrow and everything that happens on Sunday. And of course, on Monday Night Football, as always, go Birds!
How about them Cowboys?
Take command.
And good night.